When I fill out this progress clock, something will happen, and the first section is being filled out right now. It's something you should be saying in every single TTRPG that you play. Hey everybody, welcome to Dice Anvil, the place where we talk about how to have more fun while playing TTRPGs. I recently played a dungeon that was so much fun, probably the most fun I ever had as a player. The GM had a genius idea of combining a puzzle with a combat encounter. I was fighting off these mummies while the other player was desperately trying to figure out a jigsaw puzzle. Every minute, a new mummy would resurrect and join the fight, and they were only stopped when the person trying to solve the puzzle completed it. This is definitely one of the most memorable encounters I've ever experienced in a dungeon. Why is that? It's just a puzzle and combat encounter. What makes it so special? Because it implements a primal feeling that every person knows and experiences. Tension. We've all experienced an encounter that maybe was going a little bit longer than it should, the stakes weren't super high, and you just didn't feel super into it. There are a lot of ways to solve this issue, but what if you don't have time is running thin. But what if you don't have time to come up with elaborate ways to spice up the encounter? I dread the moments when I'm leading an encounter and I can visibly see that my players are getting bored. Holy crap, I hate that feeling. To keep the game interesting, we should take a mechanic out of Blades in the Dark's book, which is a simple and sure way to increase the engagement of your players. Let's talk about progress clocks. I'm gonna talk about 3 different types of progress clocks, and hopefully we don't run out of time before then. Let's get into it. Number 1, we got the inevitable event. This is the most simple and likely most common type of progress clock you'll have. It's to measure the amount of time it takes before an event occurs. The guard reinforcements show up, the timer to the bomb explodes, my dad becomes proud of me. Still waiting on that one? Your players will probably figure out what's about to happen based on the context clues, and they can prepare themselves for this inevitable event that's going to happen. My dad will become proud of me, right? Number 2, looming threat. There are a lot of times when you're trying to portray stress in a certain situation. You find the cult members and they've already started the ritual. The poison that you ingested is seeping into your body. You can feel yourself drifting away. Situations like this are literally one left. Situations like this are literally perfect for progress clocks because you're trying to stop the cult members, trying to find an antidote for the poison, and you know that there are real stakes that almost are bigger than the GM's control that the world itself is producing. It's gripping and it's exciting, and it puts the players in a place of true tension. Last but not least, and I hope we still have time, success tracker. If you're leading a group to complete a heist, it can be hard to measure exactly how successful they are. You don't want just one bad roll to sabotage the entire mission because it's supposed to last the entire session. You don't want one bad roll to sabotage the entire mission, and I don't think it should. It isn't super compelling, and you don't see that a lot in films. A mission going wrong is normally due to a lot of little things going wrong. Success should feel earned, but I also think that failure should be earned, at least in big circumstances like this. When someone messes up by making a loud noise that echoes throughout the halls, let them know that you're ticking away at a progress clock and have taken one step closer to failure of the entire mission. It's an organic way to show the players that this fortress is not just some battle map you can sneak around in. Suddenly, this building feels alive and slowly becoming more aware of their presence. That's very compelling and a very real threat to the mission that they hopefully care a lot about. So those are the 3 different types of progress clocks that I think could be useful in your games, loosely based off Blades in the Dark. They go in much more depth into that, and I actually do suggest that you guys play this game. It's fantastic. Please comment down below your thoughts on how cool you can use progress clocks in your game. Oh no. You are out of time. The dread you felt throughout this entire video starts to crescendo as you feel your hands shaking, your eyes start to glaze over, you can't control yourself, and you subscribe to Dice Anvil, joining one of the Nat ones, which is me and my subscribers, to continue this journey of creating, learning, and having fun playing this hobby that all us nerds like to play. Until next time.